Well, Mandy, we've got a treat now because I don't think we've done any numerology, have we?
No.
No. And we have some numerology for the first time. So Susan is with us from Canada, and she's a self-taught numerologist and a true number 9 in destiny. I have no idea what that means, but maybe she can tell us. Hi, Susan, what's a number 9? Tell me.
What's a number 9? Oh, I'm just perfect.
Oh, there you are. Practically perfect in every way.
Okay.
Susan, and over to you.
Okay. Hi. So my name is Susan Van Koughnet, and I'm going to talk to you today about numerology. And I'm a self-taught numerologist, and I became interested in numerology decades ago. I began to buy books on numerology and basically develop charts from what I read. So today I'm going to share what you have learned, or what I have learned. You may yourself have taken courses with instructors or read other numerology books. I will not be agreeing or disagreeing with what you have learned or not learned on this subject. My focus today is simply to express to you my love of numerology and to create an interest for those of you who have not looked at numerology before. I will be discussing the basic definitions of numerology for the first half of this program, and then provide you a means to how to learn and understand the numbers more fully. Some of you may only be interested in what numerology can tell you about yourself or your own life, while others of you may want to learn more about how to develop charts and understand numbers. I hope in this way I address knowledge of numerology, the basic interest to you, and provide a means of developing and understanding numbers. So therefore, please take these words to heart. Don't believe everything you hear. I would like to be open, for you to be open and explorative and have your own opinion. So let's get started. So what is numerology? Numerology is one of the oldest metaphysical practices in the world. It is based on your birth date and your name. From this information, you can build a chart, which will tell you about your day, your month, year, or years. It will also provide you with a character analysis of your inner and outer self, of you or others, your career direction, your talents, partnerships, even your karma. You can use other metaphysical tools like tarot to work with numerology to provide more clarity to your understanding of a situation or a person. Today, I will be explaining to you the basic meaning of numbers 1 through 9, and I've provided a handout on some of this material we'll be discussing today. We will look at how these numbers are used in your birth date and your name. Remember, this talk today, you will get hopefully an appreciation of numerology and hopefully a desire to pursue learning this old metaphysical practice, or at least an understanding of how important numbers are in your life. So let's get started looking at numbers 1 through 9 and the alphabet. If it helps, write the numbers across a sheet of paper. So you can either write 1 through to 9 across, or 1 through 9 downward. Either way is correct. When you've done that, we're going to add in the alphabet. So letter A, obviously we go beside number 1. You got to remember where my hands are, I guess, here. And across, right up to I, under 9, or downwards beside the number 9. From there, you would then go back up. The J is going to be beside your 1 or your A. And therefore, if you've started from the bottom, it's going to be, again, the J at 1. You will then put J all the way across up to your R, which will be under 9, or 9, sorry, I'm a little nervous here, 9. And then your S will be beside number 1 or with the J. And then across to your Z. I find if you've done any kind of Reiki, for example, if you actually draw the number or your letter A, for example, you feel the energy of that letter or that number, and that helps. And just pay attention to what that energy is for you, and that will help you understand the number energy better. If you have worked with tarot, you know that each card has its own vibration and meaning. For this talk today, you do not necessarily have to know the tarot. It simply helps your understanding. And I am going to use the tarot cards to symbolize and to illustrate meanings here. I do hope this will be helpful, a helpful illustration for you. First, I will provide you a positive and negative description of descriptive words for each number 1 through 9, and you can certainly add to this list. The purpose is to give you a flavor of what the numbers mean. Later, I will show you how these numbers relate to each other and how you can then start to create your own story about these numbers. So number 1 is a number of beginnings, and I'm going to show up here. You can see it on the screen, hopefully. This is the Ace of Swords, and you'll see how dramatic the guy is holding. He's holding that sword very with a lot of strength to it. So the number 1 represents individuality, initiative, leadership, determination, and he's always very courageous. The negative aspects can be aggressive. So you can see from the way he's holding the sword, it's a sign of it. He can be aggressive, impulsive, egotistical, and even boastful. Number 2. So here I have the representation of the 2 of Cups. You can see how they're looking at each other. They're conversing with one another. So the 2 is a number of cooperation and peace. It's diplomacy, it's partnerships, it's arbitration, agreement, consideration. The negative side of it can be self-conscious. You can see from this card here, the 2 of Swords. Timid, so she's wrapped up in herself. Unhappy, fearful, and they can cause discord as well. The number 3 is the number of creativity. You can see here, we have the 3 women dancing around. They're obviously having a lot of fun. It's also considered the joy child number. So you can see they're having a lot of fun here, right? It's a number of imagination, inspiration, creative talent, optimism, and happy. The negative side of this is exaggeration. You want to be extravagant. They can be selfish. They can also be a gossip and a lack of direction. Number 4. Number 4, you can see here is the Emperor. You can see how controlled he is. He's very firm on what he knows and does. It is a number of discipline and structure. It is the quarterback in your football. Positive, constructive, practical, serious, determined, and factual. This here you can see from the 4 of Wands how the structure is. So it's a very firm foundation. You can see the house in the back. This 4 here, you can see they're actually sitting and they're controlling things. So they're locked in. So they're not really focused, or they can overlook things. Okay. Number 5. Number 5, love, changes, and freedom. They're considered that rock star number. So you can see right there. So this card here, you can see their people are basically playing, or they're interrelating here. So it can be the artist, or I should say they're an action number. They can be investigating. They're also very flexible, they're progressive, and they're resourceful. The negative part, they can cause discord. So you can see here, or discontent, and they can be moody and restless and impatient, and they can have quite a temper as well. Okay, number 6. Okay, number 6 is a number of responsibility. And you can see in this guy, he's in control. You can see that he's got those 2 lines in front. So he's controlling how, if they're running and they're walking. So they're in control. It is also considered the mother number. It's also considered, 6s can be very artistic. They're humanitarians. They believe in truth and justice, and they're very domestic. On the other side of them, they can be outspoken, self-sacrifice, domineering, and they like to complain, and they can be self-righteous. Okay, number 7. Oops. Actually, I got those mixed up, guys. Okay, I'll show you number 6 again. Here's my artist. I'm sorry. Put these on my keypad, and then I got the order wrong. So I'm just going to review that. So number 6, again, is a number of responsibility. And see right there, he's giving out to others, and he's giving humanitarian. And they believe in truth and justice. So that's very much there. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I'm going to move on to number 7, which is wisdom. Here, the Chariot, and he is in control, and he does have the sphinxes there, and he can be the priest or guru number. So that's for the Egyptian side. You can see that there. So they're a number of science, right? Investigative, research, specialists, and they also love solitude. Okay. The negative side of them, and this is where, okay, you can see here the 7 of Swords. Okay, they can have hidden motives or thoughts, and they can be unreasonable and repressive and shrewd. Okay, number 8. Okay, number 8 is the number of authority and power, and the big business number. You can see in here how he's got everything in order. So he likes orderliness, efficiency. He's a supervisor, executive ability, and very demanding of others because they like that efficiency. So if you're not doing that work, they're going to be upset with you. So in other words, they could be impatient with others, very tense, a dictator, overly ambitious, and they may lack humanity. Number 9. So here we have the Hermit. Okay, so it's a number of beginnings and endings and compassion. And so it's also a number of forgiveness. On a positive side, they're charitable, impersonal, they're religious, as you can see from this picture. Money attractor, you can see here. Put this in front of my face so you can see it better. And dramatic talent. They can be impulsive action. Here's this gentleman, the 9 of Wands. They can be very tense, a dictator, overly ambitious, or I should say, sorry, I'm reading my notes here. Possessive, demanding, jack of all trades, and moody and depressive. So you can see in here from this 9 of Swords how moody they can be, and depression, like poor me. Okay, so those are the cards, or the numbers 1 through 9. I'm also going to talk to you about 0. This number is very significant and is based on this current year, 2020. 0 for me is a number of all or nothing. When it shows up in your name or year, as we are all experiencing, 2020, The 0 is giving extra power to the number 2 in this case. It does this with any number it follows, so 10, 30, 40, 50. We will not be discussing double digits today, but do note the 0 is anyone's and everyone's yearly forecast. Remember that the 2 number is a piece and is a number of peace or discord. Mankind has been given the opportunity to decide what it wants and what it wants to evolve to. So I think you really see that out there right now today in what's happening worldwide. It's either peace or discord that's taking place, and we have a choice to make that different. Okay, now we're going to start to create a story here. Today I will provide 5 major key definitions to build your chart. These are: your life path or birth force number is the sum of your month, day, and year. This number indicates what you will learn in this lifetime and why you are here. It helps you to define your talents and your abilities. To determine your life path number, you add your month, your day, your date of your birth, your year, all in a single line. One number at a time to equal one single digit. So for example, if the number equals 12, you would add 1 plus 2, and that would equal 3. The destiny number is the sum of all your letters in your name at birth. It is your life purpose number, your field of opportunity, the environment you choose to live in and experience. It is what you must do, your mission in life. To determine your destiny number, you refer to the chart as previously discussed and assign a letter or a number to each letter, and then add up the numbers across to get one single number. And we're not going to be doing today like really going into the alpha characters, but just know that this is how you create that chart. The soul number or heart's desire number is the sum of all the vowels in your name. It represents your inner motivation, your inner longings, and to determine your soul number, add all the vowels in your name across to get one single number. The personality number is the sum of the consonants in your name. It represents your outer personality, how people see you. To determine the personality number, add all the consonants in your name across to get one single number. Okay, at the end of the day, the reality number or ultimate goal number is the sum of your destiny number and your life path number. Strangely enough, when you are a child, you know why you are here and what you're supposed to do. Then you forget about it. Therefore, you will not really pay attention to what your outcome for this life is to be or what you're striving to be in this life. Numerology is giving you this insight. I will do this, I will let you do this on your own as far as creating your name chart. But for now, what I want to do, I want to start putting these, making rhyme and reason to understanding how to interpret these numbers. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by looking at various scenarios using the tarot cards, the numbers, and the definitions already discussed. And sorry if I've confused the definitions, but yeah, I did provide a sheet that hopefully will help you. So we will assume right now, your number 3, you can see the girls here again, is your destiny number or name number, okay? Your destiny is what you must be or do. Remember again, 3 is a creative, is a communicator, a speaker, could be an actor, a writer, a hairdresser. They are emotional and strive to make things beautiful and joyful. They want to make things better. Your environment will place you in situations where you will be led or driven to become this person. Your soul and personality numbers will determine the type of 3 you will become. So let's pretend, in this case, our soul is 1. So in this case, I'm saying like 1 plus 2 will equal 3, or 2 plus 1 will equal 3, right? So in this case, my soul right now is a 1. You have a desire to impress. You want to motivate others. You do not need others to determine your decisions. You're competitive and you're resourceful. So you can see right here, she's like holding that sword very firmly. So that's your heart. Remember, this is what's driving you. This is what you want to become. This is what's important for you to be in your everyday living. Here's your personality. We're going to pretend it's, in this case, it's a 2. So you're very friendly, you're accommodating, you're generous, you're caring, and you're kind. So what happens here is that your 1 is pushing out behind the 2. See? So what that means is that people see this very friendly, very accommodating person. What they may not see is that you want them to impress them. You want to motivate them, and it's important for you to be out front. But it's very subtle because people just see, oh, he's this very friendly person. They're so accommodating to me, but they don't know that you have this other agenda behind you, okay? That 3 is someone who's what becomes is very popular. You have a need to be recognized because of this 1. You are young at heart, and you want to be involved with others, you want to be creative, and you need to be independent. So that is the force of the 1 behind you. Okay, let's turn this around now. So we're going to say your soul, your heart, in this case now, is a 2. You allow your feelings to dictate your responses. You are sensitive. You need people's approval. You are a great listener and very cooperative. What people see is that they see that this person standing up for themselves. You want to work with others, but you also prefer to work for yourself, and you can be moody and very direct. Well, the reason for the moodiness is because the 2 behind here wants to be loved. They want you to recognize them. The 1 doesn't necessarily care about that so much, but what you're seeing is that 2 coming forward more so, because that's the heart. It's saying, I want you to love me. But what people see is that they see, oh, he's he's so strong, he's putting himself out there, but it's like saying, I want you to love me, okay? I'm going to give you this, but I want you to love me. So that 3 can be very charming and entertaining, and people love you and give you whatever you want, because that 1 is pushing that. And you love beauty and luxury, and you're very optimistic. So note, the soul urges will come to the surface and direct your personality, and thus influence your destiny number outcome. You could have this inner and outward clash within you. The more you are aware of your inner and outer self, you will be more focused to achieve your destiny number. Keep in mind, this could take a lifetime. I bet that's my experience. At least this, but you will get there. Okay, I'm going to do another, and now we're going to look at, okay, what is the life path? This is your birthday. We just talked about your name. Now we're going to look at, along with being this 3, your life path number, in this case, is going to be 1. Okay, so here we have the 1. Remember, the life path is why you are here, what you're learning. Okay, so it's, you want to manage in some way. You want to be number 1. You have high standards, you're hardworking, you don't like to ask for help, and you don't want to necessarily listen to others either. And you can be egotistical and domineering. So what happens here is you add this 1 to your destiny. You add the 3 destiny and and your 1, and you will get a 4 in this case for your reality numbers. What does that mean? So as an outcome, this would show up probably in your life between 50s and 60s, later in your life. This number is extremely focused on creating structure and having an orderly environment. They could be involved with schools or churches in the building of them, or even working in them, and publishing. But they actually want something very physical to come out of what they've done in their life. Now, if we had a life path of 2, and we're going to add that that destiny of 3 into it, so that will result into a 5. So this is your reality number here. So what that means here is that, differently from the 4 reality, we've become a 5 reality. So you are very busy. You will never retire because you're just always busy. You're always involved with something. You're involved in travel, could be involved in politics, but you're involved in life, and you will never probably get anything done. So I've gone right now through the 5 definitions, but I want to take one more example just to reinforce what we've talked about and hopefully help you to understand how we blend the numbers. So let's take a look this time. We're going to have 6 as a soul number. Remember, that's your heart number, right? So remember, here is they're loyal, they're frank speaking, they're affectionate, they want to believe the best in others. In other words, they overlook if you have any faults, but they can be stubborn. Okay, so try and get through this. Okay, and okay, so that's your soul. Okay, so let's say your personality is an 8. So an 8 personality can be opinionated. Where can we have a little opinionated? They can likes to own things, and they're stubborn and they're dignified. So as a result, they have
There's a movie for everyone coming right up.
Lots of friends. They're super busy, and they're authority of everything. Okay, we'll do one more here. So we have the 8 soul.
The following program may not be suitable for viewers.
So the 8 soul is they're organized, the team leader. So if you went into their kitchen, you're probably going to see lots of little calendars around for their family. So they're going to be constantly planning. And their personality is going to be a 6. So they're responsible, they're charismatic, and they're lots of fun. So what, again, we said before is that you will find the 8 pushing through to the 6. So what you'll see and appear and get for a 5 is appearances and reputation are important. But people will like you because you're organizing, probably you're so efficient in helping them with their day, because and they really like the 6 number, right? So they don't mind you doing all this work for them. They love it, and the 8s love doing it for you.
The flashes, and you wash your hands. When you turn your tap off.
So I just want to round up and say, I hope this small demonstration, by the small step, you start to see how numerology works for you and works with other numbers, and how by doing and blending these exercises, you may start to see what difference may occur and why they occur and why you are who you are. There's a lot of information out there from books and websites, and you can easily get a chart done for a very small price. Or you can be adventurous and start to learn about numbers and yourself. Regardless of what you do, be open to putting the numbers together yourself and to understand how they affect your life and others. I sincerely hope I have provided you with enough interesting information to get you involved with numerology. If you have any questions, I will be checking the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. That was amazing. Loved it. We hadn't had a numerology, so that was really great. And I do believe that you are a number 9 in destiny, and your talk was a number 9. So thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.